Hey guys, welcome back to the session. So in the last session we have covered of oops concept, and now in this session we are going to start a new concept that is called errors and exception handling. So what happens when you start writing a Python code? Let's say you are writing 100 lines of Python code, and in between there are some errors that are coming. So what happens when it give an error? It becomes difficult to track that error, and उससे भी बड़ा प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, like all the things are running fine, like your code, whatever the code you have written, all the things are running fine, but in between, let's say because of some values, let's say you are doing some calculation in your Python code, and let's say there is a division, but let's say in division there are coming some values that are 0. So when a value that is 0 is coming in division, it will definitely give an error of 0 division error. So in those cases what happen, your code crashes and you need to again track the error and then rectify that error. To handle those things, like to not worry about the errors, so that your code will run smoothly even when there are some errors that are coming in your code. So how you can handle those errors so that your Python code will not crashes in between. So like even if some unwanted value that are coming in between in your calculation, or there are some errors that are coming there, you will be able to handle those errors and your code will run smoothly. So we are going to learn this concept. So let's say for example I am printing hello, and I have started with single quote but I am not ending with single quote, so it will definitely give an error, and the error is unterminated string literal. Again, if I just add 6 to a string, so you know na, an integer cannot be added with a string. So what it will do, it will give an error unsupported operand type for plus an int and str. That means integer and string cannot be operated with a plus sign, so it cannot be added. So these are just some errors which I am showing you. And let's say a equals to 0, and if you are dividing 6 with a, so if you want to print 6 divided by a, so that means what, 6 divided by 0, because a is 0 you have already defined. So what will happen, it will give an error that is called division error, because you know if you define 6 with 0 it will be undefined. So that is why it will return no any values, it will return an error that is division by 0 error. So just to handle those errors, like there will be many errors, I have just shown you 2-3 examples. So whatever the errors that are coming, you have to code in a way so that even if that error are coming in between, your code will not crash. So how you can do that? So the first concept is try and accept. So what is that, a try and accept thing? So what happens, the basic terminology and syntax used to handle errors in Python are try and accept statement. The code which can cause an exception to occur is put in try block, and the handling of the exception is then implemented in the accept block of the code. So the syntax goes like that, like try, and then you can do your operations here. And if you have noticed that there will be some error that may come in future, so what you will do, you will give a accept statement, and if there is an error that are coming it here, you will handle those things in exception part. And then there is a else part also. So if there is no any exception, then it will execute the else part. So to get a better understanding, let's start with an example. So let's say what I'm doing, inside a try block I'm printing different things. Let's say I'm giving different print statement. Let's say OK to continue, then a small a, then a small b. So you can see now in this block everything is looking fine. OK to continue is just a string which will be printed. So you can see here that all the things is looking fine in try block. OK to continue is just a string that will be printed, then a small a, small b, all the things looks fine. So if there will be any error in this block, since there is no any error that are coming in this block, this except block will not run. This will check for any exception and then execute this block. This means that if there is an error that is coming in this block, then only this block will happen. So just compare that thing with if and else statement. So what happen, if a statement run first, if that condition is not matched, then else condition run. Similarly, first of all try block will execute. If there is an error in that block, then it will go to the except block, otherwise it will just run try block and then it will go for the else block. So you can see if I just run that, you can see now there is no any error inside that block, so it will print okay to continue, then a small a, then a small b. Since there are no any error in try block, it will not execute that except block, it will directly go to the else block and it will print like whatever the things I'm printing, no errors encountered, then E and then F. Now what if I have an error in that try block? So let's say we can try an error. So what you can do, you can just add 5 to any string, so it will just give an error of like string and integer cannot be added. So if I just run that, you can see one thing, that first print is what, okay to continue, it is okay, so it will just print that. Next thing, small a plus 5, so this is the print statement that is having an error. Since this is having an error, it will directly jump to the except block. So in except block what will happen, it will print whatever the things that are you doing here. So oops, C and D, it will just print, and now it will not go to the else block. So if there is an error that are coming in try block, it will directly go to the except block only, and it will not go to the else block. So what I wanted to show you, that using that try and except statement, you are able to handle the error now. If there is an error coming, you can see now it is jumping to the except block, but it is not giving an error. That means if you don't simply do try and except block, if you just print these things, it will definitely give an error that this cannot be added, but it is not giving any error here. All the codes are running smoothly. So try में जो भी things है, अगर error आ रहा है, so it will just jump to the except block, but ये code crash नहीं करेगा, it will not just give an error in between. So like अभी आपको पूरा समझ में नहीं आया होगा, like concept you are getting, but what is the use case of that, how you can use that try and except block, all the things you are be getting when I'll be giving an example, like live example of using that thing, and there the use case will become more visible. So for now just understand the concept that how you can use that try and except block. And then there is a finally block also, so you can just add a finally block to try and except also. So what happen in finally block, that the block of code will always run regardless of there is an exception in the try block. That means अगर आप यहाँ पर try block देते हो, then let's say you are giving any except block also. Let's say I'm just making it simple, I'm just giving two statement only, try and finally. So let's say I'm doing try, execute try statement, and then finally print this one. So since there is no any error inside that, even if there is an error or not error, this block will always be executed. So you can see what I am doing, I am giving that try block, inside the try block I am giving no any error, so it will just print both the print statement. Now I can show you using that try, except and finally. So let's say this is just an example that I am giving. So in try, ABC is fine, so it is correct statement, so it will just print ABC. So try is having no any error, so it will not go to the except block, it will directly go to the finally block. Now let's say what I'm doing, I'm just copying that code and then printing the same thing. Let's say same code but having an error in the try block. Let's say I'm just adding 5 to the string, so the try block will have an error now. If I just run that, you can see even if that is error, it is going for the except block, and at the last it is also going for the finally block. So you can see it is just printing the type of ABC, so it is in a string class, so that is why it is printing the class str, and then it is going for the finally block at the last. So you can see now one thing, that even if there is an error that is inside the try block here, and if there is no any error inside the try block, the finally block is anyhow getting executed. So finally block होता है इसलिए है कि अगर आपका ट्राई ब्लॉक में एरर हो या ना हो, फाइनली ब्लॉक हमेशा एग्जीक्यूट होगा. नाउ विल बी आस्किंग कि फाइनली ब्लॉक देन हम यूज ही क्यों करते हैं, वाई वी आर यूजिंग फाइनली ब्लॉक इफ दैट इज ऑलवेज गेटिंग प्रिंटेड. you can just directly print now. So instead of using that finally, you can at last just print whatever you want to print. So finally block is used. So like यहाँ पे यूज केस क्लियर नहीं हो रहा है, बट what happens like when you are using that try except block, there are some situations that come where you want to explicitly print something. That means आप simply print तो कर रहे हो, but you want to know everybody that there is some use case of that printing. That is why you are doing that in the finally block, so that anyone can notice that thing. Cool. So similarly I have just given more examples like try block a equals to 1, b equals to 2, then print abc. So here print abc will having an error. Why? Because abc is not defined, it should be inside a double quote or single quote, no? So this is what, this is an example of nested try and except. So you can see even if you are doing a try block, उसके अंदर आप अनदर ट्राई एंड एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक दे सकते हो. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एक्चुअली ट्राई एंड नेस्टेड ट्राई एंड एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक. सो यू कैन सी inside the try block, since this is an error that is coming, then you are doing what, again you are using a try and except block inside the try block. So first of all it will go for this block. Since there is an error already here, so it will directly jump into the except block. That means ये this try and except block will not be executed anymore, because आपका यहीं पे the third line is getting error ना. अगर थर्ड लाइन एरर आ जा रहा है, सो इट विल नॉट गो फॉर द फर्दर लाइन, इट विल डायरेक्टली जंप इनटू द आफ्टर दैट ट्राई ब्लॉक, इट विल गो फॉर द एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक. सो दैट इज व्हाई यू कैन सी ना a equals to 1, b equals to 2, and then you are printing. So since this is not getting printed, so nothing will be printed here, it will directly come into the exception, exception as exe. So this is another way of using that exception block. So whatever the exception that is coming, you can just print that. So that error is ex, and ex is what, exception. So यहाँ पे जो भी exception आ रहा है, you can just capture that. So except exception as exe. So exception is what, यहाँ पे जो error आ रहा है, और उसका आप alias name दे दिए हो ex, and then you are just using that ex here to print. So the error is what, name abc is not defined. So यहाँ पे जो error आ रहा है name abc not defined, उसको आप यहाँ पे capture करके बस उसको print कर दे रहे हो, and then you are just printing another statement whatever you want. So since except block में जो भी थिंग है वो रन करेगा, that is why ये भी रन हो रहा है, ये भी print statement. Now in the second example you can see what I am doing कि यहाँ पे जो भी हमने error कर रखा था, that I have not done it here. So इसको मैंने ठीक कर दिया, like single quote यूज़ कर लिया. Now there is no any error inside the try block. Since third line तक कोई भी error नहीं है, it will just print abc. उसके बाद ये ट्राई ब्लॉक में घुसेगा. सो अनदर नेस्टेड एंड ट्राई ब्लॉक, नेस्टेड ट्राई एंड एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक. सो ट्राई प्रिंट टाइप ऑफ abc, अगेन दिस इज एन एरर. सो abc इज नॉट अगेन डिफाइंड. सो सिंस इस ट्राई ब्लॉक में एरर आ रहा है, सो इट विल गो फॉर द एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक ऑफ दिस ट्राई ब्लॉक, नॉट द एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक ऑफ दिस ट्राई ब्लॉक, क्योंकि उसमें जो भी चीज़ें थी वो तो सही से रन किया. नाउ दिस लाइन इज गिविंग एरर, बट ये इस ट्राई ब्लॉक में है, सो इट विल जस्ट एग्जीक्यूट द एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक ऑफ दिस ट्राई ब्लॉक. सो प्रिंट एरर रिकॉर्ड, एंड देन शुड इट गो टू द दिस एक्सेप्ट ब्लॉक? नो. वाई? बिकॉज जो भी आपको एरर दिख रहा है दैट इज़ नॉट फॉर दैट ट्राई ब्लॉक. इस ट्राई ब्लॉक में तीसरी लाइन तक सही थी, चौथी लाइन भी ये सही है, और पांचवी लाइन, सारे ट्राई एंड एक्सेप्ट तो रन हो ही रहे हैं. सो for this try block there is no any error, so that is why it will not go for the except block, it will just end it here. क्योंकि जो भी error आ रहा है that is inside that try block, और वो except block से handle हो जा रहा है. So that means this block is having no any error, और उसके पहले भी कुछ error था नहीं. So that means in this try block there is no any error, so it will not go for this except block, and it will just print abc for here, and then in that except block error occurred. So that is why it is just printing those things. So I hope you have got some idea about error and exception handling. Like there are many cases through which you can handle exception, and these are just basic try and except handling thing which I have just mentioned. So in future session, like when you will be creating different functions and methods, there will be using that try and except block, and more the things will be clear there. So that's it from this session. We are going to end this session here, and from the next session we are going to start a Python for data science. So until here we have just seen the fundamentals of Python. Now we are going to start the Python for data science. So we are going for the advanced part of the Python, but in perspective of data science. So we are going to look at some of the modules and libraries like pandas, numpy, how we can use that for data science purpose. So make sure you hit the like button for this video and be ready to learn Python for data science from the next session. So till then, take care. Goodbye.